Monsieur Alphonce Herménégilde, scholar and astronomer of the University of Orlais. Today we are going to be looking at the sky map of Thedas and all the constellations. Today on Vinky's Gaming Thoughts, precisely that. A new character, something. And before we can actually piece together the sky map of Thedas, we're going to look at the lore of each constellation. My costume is falling apart. Figure out the direction, look at some lore, and just have a lot of fun with this. Today, we begin with the Hinterlands and the Frostback Basin. In the Hinterlands, we have Draconis in the west side of the map, Judex more south and to the east, Peraquialus in Redcliffe Farms. Draconis means high dragon in the common parlance. There is speculation of whether or not it was always depicted as a dragon in Tevinter, because there exist older drawings of Draconis as more of a serpent or sea creature, maybe an eighth and unknown old god that was stricken from historical record, as Sister Oren Petriachius says in A Study of Thedosian Astronomy. And now you know I'm going to have to explore that theory at some point soon of the supposed eighth old god. Judex is typically called the Sword of Mercy, even though this sword in the sky existed long before Andraste's time. Judex represented justice in Tevinter, and the downward position indicates a guilty verdict, which at the time typically meant execution. Nowadays, it's a symbol relating to the Templar Order. Peraquialus, known as the Voyager, depicts an ancient ship that is said to have been designed by the Narromenians. The translation into common parlance from ancient Tevin is across the sea. In the Frostback Basin, we have Belenas, which is eastmost on the map, Visus, southmost, and Fulmenos in the northwest. Belenas bears the name of the mountaintop that is said to have been where the Avar legend, Korth the Mountain Father, kept his throne. The stories say that young Avar would attempt to climb this mountain of the gods. Sindri's Skybreaker succeeded in climbing and entering the godly realm. Korth welcomed him and gave him rewards and gifts. Oh, that is very kind and noble of him, for his boldness. But then, once others heard of the tale from Sindri, they too barged in and demanded rewards. Korth, being tired of this, spoke to the Lady of the Skies and lifted Belenas into the realm in the sky. Apparently he still dwells there in peace now. Makes me think of a certain city in the Fade. Though I doubt Korth is the maker, it does add to the theory of the various beings the maker could be. Of him maybe being an Avar god, maybe something similar, minus the Darkspawn stuff, you know. Although he could have left the Fade before the Magister's attempt to enter, after the Avar perhaps entered, and that's why in the Fade the throne was empty. And he forgot his people. But I digress. Yes, Binky, you digress. Thank you, Herménégilde. Visus, aka the Watchful Eye, has significance to the Alamari and the Syrian peoples. Story says that the Lady of the Sky opened one eye to guide the people from the Frostbacks. During the first exalted march led by Andraste, it became the Maker's Gaze. The sword was added later on. Apparently, the star that's at the tip appeared after Andraste's death. Meriden's Inquisition used the symbol for their calling. Then the Templars took the sword, and the Seekers of Truth took the eye. They took them right out of the sky. Fulmenos, the thunderbolt, force lightning, is of a lightning bolt, cast by a wrathful god, Zeus? Apparently, no one knows which god, since each old god has been said to be the thrower of the lightning. So, no, it was me, no, it was me, no, it was me. The Codex entry says, with the target being anything from the lost city of Barrender to a jester who made a particularly heinous pun. Well, I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of that god. And that ends it for this first part of the look at the constellations leading to the sky map, with your host, Monsieur Alphonce Herménégilde, scholar and astronomer of the University of Orlais. Please remember to like, because it will help others in Thedas to find this information that is so magically appearing in the fade whenever you log in to the internet fade. And I'll see you all soon. Masaranas. If you're new here and you like my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. Alternately, you can follow my website, binkyproductions.com, where I post everything from all my channels. Be sure to check out some of my other stuff. You can also join in on the fun on Patreon for some random, sporadic, occasional, exclusive content. Otherwise, just liking and sharing, like it if you like it, for the like it if you like it dance, supports this channel and helps people find it. And your continued viewership is very much appreciated. Masaranas.